Curtis.
Hi, Tyler. This is Curtis Pashelka from the San Jose Mercury News. Congratulations on the contract. Why was San Jose the right place for you to continue your career?
Yeah, I just think that the opportunity was there for me, and obviously, the rebuild that they kind of started and drafting the draft that they just had is obviously drafting a couple guys that are cornerstones for the organization. So it's an exciting time, and obviously starting my career in LA, knowing how passionate the fan base is, definitely encouraged me to make my decision.
No, you've been traded here obviously a couple of times over the last couple of years. How important was it for you to get a longer term deal, and especially one with the full no move?
Yeah, it was very important. I think the past few years here have been stressful for myself and my wife, and it's never easy packing up halfway through a season and making a change and going to a different team, a different city. So, like I said, it was extremely important. And for me, my wife's from Monterey, so she's obviously closer to home, and she has her family and her friends that have been texting her all day today too. So. Very important, and I'm just really excited right now.
I mean, you mentioned the draft. We'll see if Macklin Celebrini turns pro here. I think the expectation is that he probably will, but we'll see. What do some of the veterans have to do to sort of insulate him and just give the best chance possible to have success as an NHL rookie?
Yeah, I mean, I think for myself, it's just coming to the rink every day and trying to teach him how to be a pro. I mean, it's not easy coming in and coming out of college and coming out of junior and turning pro and playing in the NHL or whatever it is. So just coming in, working hard every day, and if he sees those habits and he continues to progress the way he is, he's going to be a special player, and he already is a special player.
You've known Logan Couture for a really long time. Just curious if you've had some contact with him even before you signed about maybe what it was like to play in San Jose, and have you talked since you signed with the Sharks?
No, I haven't talked to him yet, but I know he spent the summers up there, so I'm assuming I'll get a hold of him here soon. And it's funny, my first year in the OHL, we were stallmates, so it'll be funny being on the same team as him now.
All right, thanks, Tyler.
Max.
Hey, Tyler, it's Max Miller from the Hockey News. Congratulations on the contract. Kind of going back to your decision, you mentioned the cornerstones of obviously the Sharks with Celebrini and Smith. But, obviously for a guy like you won the Cup in 2014. Was there an urge to maybe go somewhere maybe that wasn't a little bit closer to challenging for the playoffs?
Yeah, I mean, with the, signing the 4 years, you never know what can happen in the 4 years. Like I said, it seems like the team's going in the right direction here, and just excited to be part of the process. I think the past few years, like I said, being traded and moved around, I was given the opportunity to win, and obviously fell short and couldn't do it. But I think just looking at the team and how everything's going, I'm excited to be part of it.
For yourself, obviously the no move clause and the stability is here, but looking back, you mentioned that you've played against the Sharks for so long, and you see the stability they had with the Patrick Marleaus, the Joe Thorntons, and Joe Pavelski and your good friend Logan Couture. Just to kind of go against those guys while playing for Los Angeles, and then to come here, what does it mean about that organization, the commitment to a lot of their core players in history?
Yeah, no, it's definitely going to be a weird experience putting on the jersey for the first time, but just the battles that we used to have and the playoffs and everything, it's definitely times that I'm never going to forget. And now that I'm on the good side, I guess now it's going to be fun and exciting, and I'm excited to just get to work.
So obviously Macklin Celebrini, we've talked about, we don't know if he's coming on or not, but what do you, sure you've seen all the highlights and stuff like that, or she's seen some of them, and what do you know about him as a player? What do you like? What do you see in him as a guy and what he could bring to an NHL franchise?
Yeah, I mean, I think just with the whole draft process, and obviously I watched a little bit of it. You just see how skilled he is and how hard he works, and I've heard nothing but great things about him, and being part of the same agency, I think is an exciting time, and I think that's also another major reason for me wanting to come here is to be able to play with him.
Awesome, thanks.
Shang.
Tyler, Shang Peng, San Jose Hockey Now. Congratulations. Just wondering how this whole process came together, this signing. Was it very immediate that the Sharks showed their interest in you?
Yeah, like I said, talking to my agent, he has Macklin as a client as well. So I think it was one of those things where I knew that they were interested, and I think once they knew that I was interested too, it kind of came together pretty quickly. And like I said, it's an exciting time to be part of the organization, and excited to help and grow and try and compete to win a Stanley Cup at some point.
And you mentioned your early days with the Kings. What did you learn from the veterans on that team that you would like to pay forward to Macklin Celebrini and Will Smith and those kind of players?
Like I said, just come and show up for work every day and try and get better. There's not a day, there's nothing that you can do if you're not working hard, and if you're working hard and winning games, it makes it fun and it's contagious, and that's how you get better as a team, get better as a person. So definitely excited for the opportunity, and like I said, I can't wait for September here.
And when do you think you'll get yourself out to San Jose, look for a house and all that kind of good stuff?
I got a buddy who's actually flying to San Jose tomorrow for me to look at some houses, and he helped me buy and sell my place in LA. So he's helped me out doing that, and probably planning on getting there for around August or so.
All right, great. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Marco.
Hi, Tyler. I'm Marko Ukolovic with Barrier Sports Wrap. Welcome to San Jose. You mentioned earlier with the battles when you were with the Kings, and it always seemed like you always came up with a big, timely goal against the Sharks when you were a King. So how excited are you now to finally do that on this side of the ice?
Yeah, like I said, it was always a fun time coming into the Shark Tank, and I think everybody always jokes that the first 10 minutes, if you were only losing by 1 or 2, it was it was a good thing. So I'm excited to try and bring that energy back to the Shark Tank, and win some games, and like I said, just do the best I can and help the team win.
And as far as your mentor skills go, that are going to really help the guys like Smith and Celebrini, are those used mainly during the game, or do you do that outside the game? You like to hang out with these guys to get them acclimated and show them what it's to be a professional in the hockey here?
For sure. I mean, like we were saying earlier, when I was coming up on the Kings, I had some guys that took really good care of me, and Matt Green and Kopi, and the list goes on and on. So just to be able to kind of do the little things like that, go for dinners, try and make them feel comfortable if things aren't going well, and at the end of the day, the season, it's a long season, and it's never going to be perfect. So whenever I can do anything to help, I'll be there.
Great, thank you.
Curtis.
So I'm just curious what you thought of the moves that the Sharks have made, over the last couple of weeks. Obviously, they signed Alex Wenberg here today as well. They brought in guys like Dellandrea and Goodrow and Jake Wallman from Detroit. Just curious what your thoughts are on those acquisitions, and what are your expectations for the Sharks this upcoming year, I guess?
Yeah, I mean, I think if you look at the roster, it's a completely different roster from last year almost. And, I think, like I said, I think it's exciting, and for me, it's to come into training camp and have high expectations, and you never know what can happen. So I think we're all kind of coming in and with the mindset of being the underdog in a sense, and there's no real pressure. You go out there, you have fun, and you play loose, and that's when you play your best hockey, in my opinion.
Just curious if you had any conversations with Ryan Warsofsky and just about what he might have his expectations of you, I guess.
No, I haven't talked to him yet. I talked to Mike a little earlier, and just saying how excited he is, for me to be joining the team, and kind of had a little conversation. But obviously he had some stuff going on today, so I'm assuming we're gonna get in contact here soon, and there's still plenty of time in the summer, so I'm not worried at all.
Right. What has allowed you to be as productive as he has been just these last 2 or 3 years? I mean, you've jumped around a little bit, but you stayed productive, through your time in Calgary and Jersey and Winnipeg. What's allowed you to sort of to do that, I guess?
Yeah, I think, just for myself, I feel like I've been a lot more confident as a player, and not letting little things kind of bother me. And I think the older I've been getting, the better I've been. So just got to keep going, and keep working on my game in the summer here. And like I said, come to camp and just be ready to go.
All right, great. Thank you, Tyler.
Bruzy? Dan, do you have a question here?
I guess I better unmute myself. Hi there, Dan Rusanowski from Sharks Audio Network. Quick question for you, Tyler. You're part of I guess now a long-standing tradition of great players and former captains of the Ottawa 67s coming out to play for the Sharks. Doug Wilson, Logan Couture, yourself. Just reflect on being part of that tradition and the influence of Brian Kilrea on all of that.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, Killer was or is one of the main reasons why I'm here. He drafted me to Ottawa, and gave me an opportunity to start there and play pretty big minutes for 16-year-olds. So just excited to be here. It was always one of those things, with McGinn here as well, back in the day too. So just excited for the opportunity. It's gonna be a lot of fun, and like I said, it was always fun coming into the Shark Tank, and with how passionate the fans are. So I'm excited to try and to bring that back and win some games.
Aside from Logan, who was your stallmate in Ottawa, and obviously you played against a lot of guys, do you know anybody else well on the team?
Not too well. It was actually funny. I was with Goodrow 2 days ago, actually, out in Connecticut. So we were kind of talking about San Jose a little bit, and I think in the back of my head, I knew that it was there was a real chance of me signing here. So I was just trying to get the rundown, and obviously now we're teammates.
Tell us about the Monterey connection. Wife born and raised there, or just spent some time there?
Yeah, she's born and raised there. Her parents are still out there, so we called them. I think it was late last night, and gave them the news that there's a good chance that we were going to be signing here in the morning, and obviously they're pretty excited about it.
Awesome, thanks.
Got a few more questions here. We'll go to Chang and finish up with Curtis.
Tyler, you mentioned seeing Barclay Goodrow a couple of days ago. Just wondering, just what is his feeling about coming out to San Jose? It was said that at first he had the Sharks on his no trade clause, but does it feel like he is ready to kind of join you in San Jose in a couple of months here?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't talk about it with him a whole lot. I think it was just one of those things where he was probably pretty shocked with how everything sort of unfolded, and it's never easy when you're settled in somewhere and something like that happens. So I think at the end of the day, he's excited. He was there earlier in his career as well, and he said he really enjoyed it, and I think he's ready to get going here and training camp as well.